Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. And as we do each Wednesday, we chat for a few minutes with the mayor of the city of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor, how are you this week?
I'm doing fine, Keith. How about you? Glad we got some rain last night.
I was just going to say the same thing. It looks like hopefully the weather has broken and, it'll
Yep.
be a little cooler. It's supposed to be a nice weekend coming up. Just a couple of quick updates. Something that your office released after we had spoken last Wednesday is effective this Monday, the 15th. There'll be new hours at Government Center, where in effect, the Government Center will be opening 1 hour early at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. What's the rationale behind this? Has there been a clamoring for people wanting to get in a little earlier?
Yeah, well, that's what happened. People had been coming in earlier just on their own, and they wanted to be able to go home at 4 o'clock. So the union had a vote, and it was overwhelmingly supported by the staff in the building that they would rather go 8 to 4. Obviously, with the advent of the Bay Coast Bank ability to pay all your bills there, it takes some of the strain off the building because, again, they're open on Saturdays, they have evening hours, and people are using it a lot more than I ever thought. So, again, it does take some of the strain off the citizens, and it just shifts our hours from 9 to 5 to 8 to 4.
Yeah. And, even I would think for some people in the community who may, go into work, say at even like 8:30 or close to 9 o'clock, they can come in and conduct some business at Government Center. So good news all around there, right?
I think so. I think it's going to be a benefit. And again, it gives, in the summer, it gives people an afternoon to go cut their grass or hopefully do something with their friends or their children. It'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Also, this week, it's funny. Last year we were talking about the opening of the new BMC Durfee High School, and despite traffic problems, it was a very successful year at that beautiful new school. But the city hasn't done a formal dedication, and you'll be doing that in a couple weeks on Wednesday, the 24th, and it'll be a formal dedication, but also, again, another opportunity for members of the community to take a look at that beautiful building.
Right. I think we're going to partner with the National Honor Society to let the public have tours after the dedication ceremony in the auditorium. If you remember right, last year we were still hanging doors as the kids were coming in one end of the building. It was right up against it. We got open, so we really didn't have time to do a formal dedication. And obviously, if you go by there now, the old Durfee has been completely removed. They're still working on the fields in the back, but every day it's a step closer to completion. So we can do a formal dedication now, and we can open it up to the public so people can come in and get a good look at our school. And I think they're going to be favorably impressed, and we're going to acknowledge all the people that helped us build it. I think it's important because it was a tremendous team of individuals that got this done, from the state to the federal to the local elected officials. Everybody pitched in, and now we have a bright new school, and we want to show it off a little bit.
Yeah, is there actually like a formal procedure to dedicate a school? I mean, obviously this has only been done for Durfee two other times. The original school on on Rock Street, and then of course the former new school, which I attended many years ago. Is there a formal procedure, or is this whatever the city can come up with to
I,
dedicate it
I,
again? And
I hope there's not a formal procedure because we're probably not following it, Keith. But you put me on the defensive now. I better look for one. I'm thinking that mostly it's just going to be an acknowledgement of the work that went into building it.
yeah,
And I think that that's basically where you go with the dedication or a
yeah.
grand opening like that. We did have a year in the building, but again, we were working out the kinks all through the year, so we're in pretty good shape right now, and we'd like people to take a look at it. And I hope it is a formal ceremony, but at the same time, I hope we're not doing something wrong.
I don't think so. It's just something I need to ask because sometimes things are more formal than we would think they should be. So
Right.
that's the reason why I asked. School committee this week was meeting, and the superintendent Maria Ponce was giving an update. Again, preparing for the new school year. Boy, it's really 3 weeks away, right? The 31st. School will open in the city of Fall River, and she was talking about the number of hires that is sort of norm every year. You've got people who leave. They need to be replaced. Also, new hires within the system. She was saying that it's a very shallow pool. Has this been sort of a normal experience for the school department? And is there any fear that there may not be any important positions that may not be filled before school starts?
Well, obviously, we hope not, and we're beating the bushes every day to get people in. There's interviews going on as probably as we speak. Although it is the administrators' workshops this week, so they're balancing their duties there with filling their positions. Um, it's a very, very difficult year for hiring teachers. I was reading a story the other day about the education schools across the country at our universities and colleges. Enrollment is starting to decline as people decide they don't want to get into this profession. And I do think it's a very, very noble and it's a great profession that allows you to help a lot of people. But I'm hoping we can spin our way out of this cycle and fill our positions and get the best people we can in front of the kids. That's that's what makes a good school: good teachers, good facilities, and the ability to motivate students and parents to all pull the boat the same way. That's where we are. We're trying to get the
Yeah.
best people in there. It's very difficult because every every system's looking for teachers, and it puts a strain on us. But we're going to work our way through it. I know they've hired a number of people. I think there was a number like 7 or 8 unfilled positions right now at Durfee. So that number is getting down there, and hopefully, before school opens in 3 weeks, as you said, we can fill these other ones.
Yeah. Switching gears now to a little more about local politics. We've talked about this in the past since you've been mayor, your relationship with the city council. I have the opportunity to watch a number of the meetings, and it appears that in 2022, there seems to be, and this is just an outsider's view, my view, it appears to be a little bit of more of a better relationship between you and the council. It appears that communication both ways seems to be improving. Are you seeing that? And, you know, was it just maybe a first term thing where you're getting your feet wet? You had COVID to deal with, that, communication and your relationship with the council is what it seems a little bit better.
Yeah, it could have been a combination of things. Obviously, Keith, as you pointed out, but I will acknowledge that things are definitely going much smoother right now. It seems like the council is working together as a group and moving things along. Um, we do talk to them regularly. We meet with them, we keep them informed, and we do the best we can to make sure we don't spring too many surprises on them. That's not the way you build a team. Uh, the council seems like they have some agendas of their own, which we support them on, whether it's their county ARPA money or some things they want to see done in the city. So we work together to come up with a plan. It's obviously a time in Fall River where there is a little bit of money floating around that allows you to do things. So it makes things work a lot smoother, whether it's streets, sidewalks, parks, so we can all pull together to make Fall River more livable. And again, their cooperation is key to keeping things going in the right direction.
Yeah. Is it also, you also have a new team in place, a new city administrator, a new director of financial services. Those are what many times are the direct relationship between you and the council because they attend a lot of the meetings. Do you feel that your team has also helped in smoothing out some of those communication issues and sharing the information that the council needs?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the people we brought in, whether it's finance, whether it's the ARPA coordinator, whether it's Seth Aiken, city administrator. These people are all learning the job and learning the way Fall River, does things and trying to make improvements where needed and following the traditional path at other times. But that is how you build a team. You allow people to talk to each other. You allow people to have ideas and to share them, and that's what we're doing. And again, I think things are moving much smoother. I think having a city administrator definitely is a big help, and we're going to work our way through it. And as people routinely say to me, things in Fall River look pretty good right now. There's a lot going on between streets, sidewalks, parks, our schools. So we're going to keep pushing forward and try to get things done.
I want to wrap up as we normally do with some events in the city coming up for the weekend. There's a couple of events, awareness events, and also fundraising events. The First Step In, run by Stepping Stone on Durfee Street, is having their annual Get Step In Walk, which is a 5K walk to bring awareness to the homeless situation. I had the opportunity to speak with Rosa Medeiros yesterday. at the First Step Inn. There's still an issue problem with homelessness, of course, in the city of Fall River. This is one of their bigger events, and we want people to get involved and also help raise some money to help them do their work over there.
Yeah, I'll be down at the First Step Inn. We've been going out, myself and Mike Dion from CDA. We've actually been going out and walking through a few of the camps where the homeless are living, and having conversations with some of the individuals to find out exactly what their status is, and what we can do to assist them. It is a big problem. Stepping Stone's a big piece of the solution. And again, I'll be at their walk on Saturday supporting them. And again, before we head to the cold weather, we want to have a plan in place this winter where we don't have anybody outside that wants to come in. So we're going to be looking at some ideas we have.
All right. All right, Mayor Coogan, as always, I appreciate your time. We'll talk again next week. Have a great weekend.
Okay. Thanks, Keith.
All right. Take care. And thank you for joining us, as always, here in FRC Media. I'm Keith Tebow. We'll talk to you next week.